Disappointing news on Roman Reigns. Zoey Stark suffers scary injury. Roxanne replacing Liv Morgan. New member to join Wyatt 6. Finn Balor's Judgment Day exit. WWE delaying huge Orton feud. WrestleBuzz is back with another wrestling news video. Today we have a lot to talk about, but before that, make sure to subscribe to WrestleBuzz for more wrestling news video. Let's get back to the news. Disappointing news on Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has ruled WWE with an iron grip since 2020, carrying the undisputed championship for a jaw-dropping 13 or 16 days. But everything changed at WrestleMania XL when Cody Rhodes finally took him down in the main event. Since then, the tribal chief has barely been seen. And it's not just his absence that has people talking. It's the dream match that may never happen. In the lead up to WrestleMania 41, Roman Reigns and CM Punk had serious heat. The two exchanged tense words, stared each other down, and even went head to head in a triple threat that also involved Seth Rollins. The energy was off the charts. Fans were waiting, begging for that one-on-one match between Roman and Punk. But now, it looks like WWE might be shelving that idea. During the latest WrestleVotes QA on Sportskeeda WrestleBinge, fans were given a discouraging update. Despite all the tension between them, a Roman vs. Punk singles match isn't expected to happen anytime soon. Here's what was said. Punk and Roman, again, it's a possibility. I think they're probably going to stay away from each other come SummerSlam. They're both babyface at the moment, the report stated. That's a blow. After everything that went down at WrestleMania 41, including Paul Heyman's shocking betrayal, where he turned on Roman and aligned with Seth Rollins, fans were hoping the fallout would lead to Reigns versus Punk. Instead, it seems like WWE is leaning toward keeping them on the same side, possibly even as allies against Rollins. It's not what anyone expected, especially not after years of build-up and fan anticipation. So for now, the dream match is just that, a dream. Zoey Stark suffers scary injury. Zoey Stark's night on Raw took a rough turn, and now things just got more serious than expected. During her match that included Rhea Ripley and Kairi Sane, Stark went for a springboard dropkick, but something went wrong. The landing looked painful right away. You could tell from the way she hit the mats, it wasn't normal. She immediately clutched her leg, and the match pace shifted completely. Stark had to be helped out of the arena, and while fans were hoping it wasn't serious, it now looks like the worst case scenario is coming true. Right before the latest episode of WrestleBinge with Sportskeeda aired, there was a huge reveal during the WrestleVotes QA. Host Joe Lowry gave the unfortunate update about Stark's condition. He said, "Just got word from Dr. Chris Featherstone that she is getting an MRI and headed into surgery, and that story is developing. We just found that out literally minutes before we got on the air," Lowry revealed. "This isn't just some minor tweak or sprain. Stark has a history with knee injuries. Back in 2021, she tore her ACL, MCL, and meniscus, all in the same knee. That recovery wasn't easy, but she pushed through it and came back even stronger. Unfortunately, this will now be her second knee surgery since joining WWE. Right now, there's no confirmed word yet on exactly which part of her knee is damaged, but with surgery already being planned, that speaks volumes. It sounds serious. It's moments like this that really show how brutal wrestling can be. One wrong landing, 1 second, and it can change everything. You train for years, build your momentum, and in an instant, it's all paused. But for now, everyone's just hoping Zoey gets through this next chapter with the same fight and drive she showed after her last injury." Roxanne replacing Liv Morgan. On Raw, fans were caught off guard when Roxanne Perez casually strolled into the group's private clubhouse. But this wasn't just a quick visit, it felt like an audition. Finn Balor himself introduced her to the squad, and in her hands was a gift box of chicken nuggets. And who were they for? Dominic Mysterio. Yeah, chicken nuggets. It might sound silly, but this moment set off a wave of speculation. Is WWE teasing Roxanne Perez as the newest member of the Judgment Day? And if that's the case, what does it mean for Liv Morgan? According to WrestleVotes during a QA on Sportskeeda WrestleBinge, this wasn't just a throwaway segment. WWE is actually testing the idea of Roxanne joining the group, and that decision could spark a major new feud between Perez and Morgan, one that could decide who gets to stay in Judgment Day long term. Here's how it was put during the QA. "I think it's more testing the waters. See the reaction. She looks the part already and fits that group. I would love to see her and Liv fight for an official spot inside the Judgment Day," he said. Now, nothing is confirmed yet. Roxanne hasn't officially replaced Liv, but it definitely feels like WWE is planting those seeds early. Perez is just 23, but she's got that sharp edge and look that fits the vibe of the group. Liv Morgan, on the other hand, has been on the sidelines. Once she returns, there could be tension brewing from the moment she steps back in. Will this turn into a fight for control? A power struggle over who truly belongs in Judgment Day? New member to join Wyatt 6. The Wyatt 6 haven't even returned to TV yet, and somehow they're already creating hype. While most people expect Alexa Bliss to be involved with the Eerie faction when they finally show up again, it seems she's not the only one teasing something in the shadows. For weeks now, Alexa Bliss has been hinting that she wants to talk to Charlotte Flair backstage. Nothing official has come out of those backstage moments. No segment, no storyline. But now, things just got a little more suspicious. Charlotte Flair recently posted something to her Instagram story that immediately set off alarm bells. She shared an edited photo of herself standing next next to Alexa Bliss, but it was the caption that got everyone talking. Flair wrote, "Revel in what you are." That exact phrase has been connected to the Wyatt Six and the cryptic lore surrounding them. And that red circle at the end? That's been popping up across various teases for the group since day one. Now, nothing is confirmed, but fans are buzzing. Could Flair be on her way to turning dark? Could Alexa Bliss and Charlotte team up as part of the new Wyatt-led movement? It's definitely not the kind of direction people expected for Charlotte, especially given her legacy as the queen and one of WWE's most dominant stars. But if this happens, it's going to be one of the boldest shifts we've seen in a while. Finn Balor's Judgment Day exit. Things haven't been the same since Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley were pushed out. Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio have completely taken over the spotlight, and there's one person who seems to be getting pushed further and further into the shadows. Finn Balor. He's a former Universal Champion. He helped build Judgment Day into what it is, but now he's barely part of the conversation. The tension's been growing for weeks, but it exploded at WrestleMania 41. During the Fatal 4-Way match for the Intercontinental Championship, Dominic Mysterio actually pinned Balor to win the title. That loss wasn't just a stat, it was a statement. And the look on Balor's face said everything. On Raw, Balor tried to regain some control by bringing in Roxanne Perez to meet the group. But that move didn't go over well, especially with Raquel Rodriguez, who made her frustration pretty clear. You could feel the instability in the group rising. During the WrestleVotes QA on Sportskeeda WrestleBinge, the idea of Balor leaving the stable came up, and the answer didn't offer much hope for his spot in the group. Here's what was said. "Don't think their Liv and Raquel are gonna leave the group as is. I think both of them and Carlito and JD are gonna stay together. Finn may be the odd man out, so we'll see," they said. That's a major hint. It sounds like WWE is preparing to move forward without Balor in the Judgment Day. Whether he walks away on his own terms or gets betrayed by his stablemates is still up in the air. But either way, it looks like his time in the group is running out. From founding member to being left behind, or it's a big fall. And it might just lead to Balor turning against the group he helped build. WWE delaying huge Orton feud. Randy Orton has been one of WWE's biggest names for over 2 decades. He's done it all. Championships, main events, legacy moments, and he's still one of the most respected names in the business today. And that legacy includes his connection to Cody Rhodes. Back in Cody's first run with WWE, he was part of the group legacy, led by Orton himself. That history runs deep. So when Cody made his return and eventually became undisputed WWE champion, fans couldn't stop talking about a possible face-off with his former mentor. But now that Cody's no longer holding gold, things might be shifting. The dream feud between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton is still very much on the table, just not right now. On the latest episode of WrestleVotes QA on Sportskeeda WrestleBinge, we got a small update about the timing of the Orton vs. Cody program. Here's what was said. As far as I know, he's on SmackDown for the time being. Once the draft happens, they can shake it up. As far as the Randy and Cody program, I hope they wait till Cody's a champion again. I think that deserves the title. There's more story to tell like that, so could be a while, the report explained. It makes sense. There's history there, there's emotion, and most importantly, there's unfinished business. But WWE wants this to be huge, and that means holding off until the time is perfect. Right now, Cody's staying put on SmackDown, at least until the next draft. But as for the Orton feud, don't expect it to start unless there's a championship in the mix. And honestly, that might be the smartest move. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and share the video, and drop your thoughts and subscribe for more wrestling news, and WrestleBuzz will be back soon.